There's not a lot of words to describe an evening with Kai. This was the very first time I'd ever been in a séance, and it's so magical, absolutely magical. It's like all the fantasies coming alive. The evening is indescribable.
I'm naturally a skeptical person. I'm educated in science, so always trying to look for explanations. And also the people that I mix with, they're very skeptical. I think what impressed me most about the seances was actually seeing ectoplasm in light and seeing objects and forms moving through the air unassisted. I had my doubts the first seance I came, but then they were removed. The second seance I came, I realized that it would be very, impossible to fabricate those events. So I think coming twice was very important.
Seeing the different types of ectoplasm. One in particular experience I really enjoyed was when the ectoplasm came from his eye. And I was sitting next to Kai when I saw it, and it was coming from his eye, coming down. It was like a thick, glowy-looking substance, and then a rock manifested out of the ectoplasm.
Of the seances I've so far attended, it's like, wow. The first time I sat in the room, when some things happened, I was quite fearful. There was like a fear in my belly, and I thought, no, it's okay, I'm safe. But there was a fear there, and I thought, well, if there's a fear then there's something going on, something that's out of this world, something that really I need to connect in with here and understand and explore more. It's just amazing and mind-boggling and opening up so many different avenues for me. The thing that's impressed me the most is actually not in the seances, it was in the table tipping, and the fact that that chair landed on that table without anyone feeling it, without touching anybody. It just appeared on the table, and it's like my mind's going, how'd that happen? It's like, I want to see that again. I want to know how it happened. And it's just like, I want to unravel it all and have another look and try and work out how it happened.
Ektoplasm, never-ending mysterium. Important. All shown images of ectoplasm in this video have been recorded after an extensive strip search of the medium. Filmed is here the extrusion process, when under a strange chewing motion of the mouth, the ectoplasmic material is exuding. Ectoplasmic extrusion is mostly in my seances demonstrated, oftentimes in a very varying and differing form. Specifically in regards that the medium hadn't taken anything into the seance room, the exposed sheer mass of material is impressive and totally unexplainable. But is ectoplasm always only in the middle of sitters' interests?
The thing that most impressed me about sitting with Kai was the palpable energy from spirit. I knew spirit was there, and then seeing the many different forms that ectoplasm was taking during that time. Different lighting showed different aspects of it, and it was just truly, truly magnificent. Something I have wanted to see and experience all my life. Truly, truly enjoyed it. Most honoured to have been there.
Hello, my name's Alan Cochrane, and I've had the pleasure of 2 seances at Kai and his wife Julia's here in Auckland, New Zealand at the McKelvey West Spiritualist Church. For myself, I found the interaction with the spirit children to be particularly entertaining, but also the fact that they did touch most of the sitters around the ankles, knees, and stroking through the hair of the individual sitters. I had one spirit child place that hand on the skin of my hand, so I was very conscious of the coldness, I would call it, of that particular hand. And at the same time we had knocks, wraps on the ceiling, which was repeated again. The second particular thing that captivated me was Hans Bender's own presence in the room, but also when we had a portal created. And we saw that being formed as a glowing blue and white ectoplasmic mass which had a vibrancy of its own. And beyond that, the third most impressive thing on both occasions would have been the extrusion of the ectoplasm from Kai's mouth. And on both occasions we were fortunate to see a spirit face form within the ectoplasm itself. So from my perspective, knowing the protocols that were placed around Kai, there was absolutely nothing to indicate any falsity or charlatanism. It was very strictly controlled. The sitters were duly impressed, and the commentary thereafter, after the sittings, to the effect that this was outstanding work. So I would just like to say that it was a wonderful occasion and I was blessed to be here. Thank you.
After giving so many seances, we were looking for New Zealand's spirits ourselves.
Common in Maori villages.
Here, the Maori boys and girls used to jump off. When I was a kid, we used to throw money in there and they used to get the money. They still do it today, the gold coins.
And we discovered the spirit of the earth, and of the waters, and of the Maori tribes. Waiting for the geyser, Mother Earth's own spirit, spitting out its anger over the world. But still, leaving us behind in beauty. Like in the forest of 1,000 years. Where the trees are living entities, and where the gods and the goddesses of the islands had found a retreat. And when the weathers are calling over the valley, if they will be merciful or not. Here, peace can be found everywhere. But soon our own spirits were calling us back into the seance room. With proper protocols for sitters and medium. Filmed here is what is called an ectoplasmic pillar, and it is an absolute textbook example of materialization phenomena. Growing from the mass located in front of the medium, these pillars can take the height of a man. Spirit visitors show their faces in the ectoplasm. This time it is Hans Bender, the medium's main spirit control himself, saying farewell after the seances in New Zealand with different expressions of his face. The last days of our mission were bringing us closer to a guardian spirit of the Maori tribes. And this is the story of our bringing the Manaia home. The Manaia has the head of a bird, the body of a man, and the tail of a fish, representing the balance between sky, earth, and water. It can be also described as an unseen light surrounding each individual. The Manaia protects the wearer from evil. Very beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. So with all the spirits at their right places, our journey was slowly coming to an end, saying farewell to the sacred places of New Zealand and their loving people who has become our friends.